Transmitting to you from Old Heart Radio.
Lift off and the clock has started.
Whoa.
I thought you had been recording.
No, I didn't record earlier. The Blockbuster conversation didn't make it. Didn't make the cut. That's just for us. Sometimes you gotta, keep some of the juice for yourself,
Got to keep it holy.
Yeah.
What?
My God. So this is officially episode 31. It's a big number. It's 3 into 1 in succession. It's fucking intros, dude. I never have a good intro. Anyway, corn dogs, hot dogs alike, whoever you are, if you're between a bun or battered in cornmeal, this is for you. Last episode we had a playlist from our friend and fellow host Lucas. I'm telling you right now, guys, he's already crafting another one.
Oh God.
He's trying. He's trying hard. I think that this next one though is actually meant to rub us the wrong way, or maybe it's not. But either way, I've taken a peek at it. It's no bueno.
Let me know when he's done changing it, and then I'll listen to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But this week we had one that Jameson, you put together for us. Do you want to just describe the playlist for us?
So I came up with this idea a little bit when we were in our hiatus. I figured that all of us on the council probably had a genre of music that was, lesser known or something that not everyone would dig on. So I figured, we could all take up the challenge of choosing a genre and exposing the council to something somewhat new, maybe. So I went with something near and dear to my heart, which is some classic country and mostly outlaw country stuff. So real interested to see if you guys dug on it and how it goes.
Yeah. Fair enough, man. Well, I say we just we hop right on in, because we got what's the first track? Jambalaya.
Yeah,
Jambalaya on the Bayou.
Hank Williams Sr. So I figured I put a couple real classic songs that don't really fit the outlaw genre to kind of dip our toes in a little bit. And I figured I would throw in the year all of these were released. So this is 1952, and it's just an old school song about going to your girlfriend's party and eating Cajun food. That's all this is about, and it's just it's a good song.
I don't disagree with you. I like the sort of just groove of this song. It's really simple, and I think it's just sort of endearing that it's just like you just described. It's literally a song about going over to your girlfriend's place or whatever and just eating some fucking Cajun food, some jambalaya, some shit. It's just up on the bayou, It's just, I don't know. It's fun. It's not like a bad song. I imagine this was this would fit perfectly in on the Oh Brother Where Art Thou soundtrack,
For sure.
It just hits that note. But Caleb, how did you feel about this one? Jambalaya.
I love this song, actually. I've heard it many, many times before. When I was a kid, I'd go hang out with my grandpa a lot next door, and I think he lived in Louisiana for a while, so he learned to cook this kind of stuff. And I remember him putting it on while he was making gumbo. And I mean, it just reminds me of hanging out with him and listening to his very extensive and weirdly curated record collection. So this was a nice throwback.
Nice. Dusty, what about you?
Solid. I mean, 52, I didn't think it was that far back, to be
No,
honest.
dude, that's kind of a surprise.
It kind of reminded me of playing some Red Dead Redemption 2. Kind of on the horse, running around. So, but you don't get many songs these days just singing about food.
Nope.
You know, cookouts and stuff. Kind of stopped with like Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, I mean, the only place you're going to get songs about food is country music.
Yeah.
And, I mean, most of it's garbage nowadays, but this is a good one.
I think you guys are showing a lot of disrespect towards Aaron Carter's I Want Candy right now.
That was
a damn fine cover.
it's like 25 years ago, bro. That ain't modern.
Oh, God.
Well, Nick, what about you though, man? You munching down some jambalaya?
At face value, this really wasn't my favorite song on this playlist, but in the lens of when it came out and where it came out, it's like you kind of have to put yourself in the shoes of this person who's now listening to this type of music, which is cutting edge for them, incredibly boring for me. But in that perspective, you know, like the Oh Brother Where Art Thou reference was perfect because that movie is just so immersive. It makes you love music that you might not otherwise. But
No.
it's a pretty cool song for what it is. It's inoffensive. It's not my favorite one. It's not my least favorite one.
It's just there, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. No comments.
Well, does anybody feel like eating jambalaya currently?
I always feel like it, man.
I
I
was gonna
just
say,
had dinner.
no room for the jamba.
Oh, I mean, save it for leftovers though.
Ooh, jambalaya leftovers are always great.
They get better.
It just soaks soaks in the blah blah. Well, this takes us onto a track by Charlie Pride. That was it, Kiss an Angel Good Morning.
Yeah. So this song, I think I've mentioned it before. When I was growing up, we had a jukebox at my house, and this was one of the songs. It was on an old 72, record single that was on the jukebox. So I grew up listening to this song all the time. But Charlie Pride is really a pioneer. He's the first black man to be introduced into the Country Music Hall of Fame. He was the best-selling RCA artist since Elvis at the time when he came on. Had 52 top 10 hits between 1966 and 87.
Jesus.
And then he also played pro baseball in the Negro League before he was a country artist.
Damn, dude.
So, and on top of it, this song is just so sweet. Man, you put this on for the lady and they just swoon for you,
Yeah, dude, for real. It is. It's just such a simplistic song, but it's just I don't know. It's it has this really lighthearted and sweet presentation, I don't know. Yeah, I would say kind of like Nick on that last one. For myself, it's definitely not my favorite or my least favorite. It just sort of falls into there. But that's really cool. Just hearing some of Charlie Pride's his stats, so to speak.
Yeah.
52 fucking top records. That's fucking crazy.
Dude's way the hell up there on the leaderboards.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try this out on Nadine one morning. I'm just gonna play it and see what she says. Serve her
At a minimum,
make her some coffee too.
She's gonna give you a big smile and blush a little bit. I guarantee it.
I hope so. Dusty, how did you feel about this Charlie Pride track?
All I could picture was Cleveland singing this song. Family Guys. That was so much
You just gonna have that voice,
Yeah, I guess.
I enjoyed it though because it's utterly ridiculous. You just kiss her in the morning and then you come home with for the devil. Yeah, that's funny. I don't know. I wonder if at the time people thought it was funny or it was a legit love song of some sort. But I don't know.
Oh man,
I enjoy. He's got a good voice.
I bet it was legit. He does have a kind of an interesting voice.
I didn't throw it in there. This one released in 71.
That's what I was wondering. I was wondering if he had the year on that. 71. Huh. See, I feel like this was like this seems like it'd fall in the same time period as that last one, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
like quite a gap.
I definitely thought this was going to be an older one, but his like actual career music wise was like 65 to the late 80s. So
okay, shit. Nick, how about you, man? How'd you feel about Kiss an Angel, Good Morning?
Well, I didn't really enjoy the song itself. I found it once again to be quite boring. This is not my favorite type of anything, really. But it does, like, you know, give you some warm fuzzies, though. Especially as a married man, it does, you know, make me think about, you know, smooching my wife, and that's nice.
That is nice.
I have the flu right now.
I know, just the way you said it was so.
And that is nice. I love it. No, I agree with you, Nick. I do. You know, smooches with the ladies it's nice. Kayla. Kayla, how about you? That cold medicine's kicking in. Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I've heard Charlie before, but this song just reminded me of like Margaritaville by is that Jamie Buffett?
Yeah.
It just has a very similar kind of like feel to it, and it's a sweet, you know, song and all that. But I don't know why, but like anytime there's like piano and country music, I'm just like I don't know why I don't like. I love like slide guitar and I love the fiddles and all that, but like pianos just really like they fuck me up. I'm like, no, not here.
Not here.
Otherwise, it's a nice song. I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't stop thinking about Margaritaville.
This took you down to Margaritaville, man. Like,
yeah. This is the morning after you had a bunch of margaritas with your lady, and you wake up, you're a little hungover, but it's nice, and you're happy to see her, and you give her a nice smooch.
Kiss an angel, good morning. I think if I don't sing it, I'll be good.
Not when you're hungover.
No. Well, I guess this takes us to one of the first. It is the first Merle Haggard track on the list.
Yeah, I have to apologize. I went a little heavy on Merle Haggard, but man, the songs I picked are just so iconic. I had to do it. But this first one is "Mama Tried" by Merle Haggard, and this is 1968, and this is kind of like the beginnings of what we would call outlaw country now, you know, where you stop. It's, you know, the last couple songs are just about having a good time, kissing your lady. This is where we start taking a turn. So Merle Haggard wrote this apparently when he was in San Quentin prison. He spent 3 years there for armed robbery, and then when he got out, he cleaned up and became a recording artist, obviously. Yeah. But he said he, you know, used the inspiration of that and what it did to his mother, you know, to write this song. So
that's cool. Do you have a year for? Oh, you said 68.
68.
That's wild. Yeah, I mean, it's a very relatable subject in general. I feel like there's definitely, I can at least say for myself, there's plenty of reflection that I've done that I'm like, man, if my mom only knew that story, or like, damn, she tried really hard, but you know, like I always joke, she tried to raise some good Christian boys, it just didn't take. But yeah, no, I kind of enjoy this song. It's definitely like another. You know, it's kind of I don't know, like it's light, you know, there's a really cool kind of guitar part throughout it that sort of like captures your attention a bit. But yeah, I mean, again, it's like, I don't know. I'm surprised at how unoffended I am so far into the, you know, 3 tracks into the list, and like even further. But yeah, I guess I'd give this like a, you know, a thumb and an extra knuckle.
Nice.
Yeah, like that, like a whatever it is. What mega thumb? One mega thumb. Nick, how'd you feel about this one?
This is, I think inoffensive is definitely the right term for it. This is, all right. So since this playlist did feature Merle Haggard so heavily, I did like look up the guy's like biography and try to figure out who he was a little bit. And I didn't really like what I found, frankly. That guy's kind of I don't know. I'm going to reserve most of my comments about Merle Haggard until Okie from Muskogee. That's because we need all of those songs. But, I don't know. This one I'm not offended by, frankly. I think it's the most authentic to Merle Haggard song he ever wrote. So, I don't know. This one gets a positive review from me, but I still don't like the guy.
Well, Caleb, how about you?
I mean, okay, so basically, as I've gone through this list, almost none of this is new to me because like I don't think about it very often, but like this is basically what I got to listen to that wasn't like repugnant worship, church music. Oof. And this was able to just slip in there. I don't remember like any specific thing tied to this song, but there's like there's so many that I do, but I don't know. It reminds me a lot of just sitting on a porch and rocking chairs with like my grandfather, my great uncle, and like I'm sure they probably sang this to us at some point. But yeah, it just I don't know, reminded me of happy simple times harvesting cherries as a boy and farting on the porch because that's what cherries do. And yeah, this is nice. I like the acoustic part especially. It was a nice little doodly doodly. I don't know what you call that.
I think it might be doodly.
I'm sorry, my dinner hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm
Settling
Snorlax tonight.
Oh. Did it involve cherries? Are you gonna be farting?
No. I don't touch them anymore.
Well, Dusty, how'd you feel about the first Merle Haggard track on here?
It's solid. I don't think I've actually ever heard a Merle Haggard song until this playlist. I know who he is, and maybe I have and just didn't realize it was Merle Haggard. But this is solid. I really like the running, like the picking through, on the acoustic throughout. It's a little bit different than your previous two songs. Less slide guitar, Had a little bit, and that's okay. But you think about Merle Haggard from what you said, it's kind of like if it weren't for him, there wouldn't be gangster rap. You think about it, because all they rap about in there is being in jail too, breaking the law. So
we got a couple more convicts coming up. Don't worry.
So yeah, you gotta shout out to him being a pioneer. And I did drive by San Quentin a couple weeks ago, coming back from San Francisco. It's a big fucking thing. So
yeah, it is.
Solid so far. I'm not offended yet.
Yet.
No.
Well, that takes us right into Long-Haired Redneck by David Allan Coe.
Fuck yeah. Well, I guess I should hold that back a little bit because this is... I struggled putting this on here because David Allan Coe is the most controversial country artist there is, really. Before he started recording, he spent 22 years in different correctional facilities for several things. And he claims, which he also, they say he makes up some stories a little bit, but he claims he was on death row for a while too for killing an inmate when he was in prison. But he also, in the late 70s, when he was out of money, he also, under a pseudonym, made some basically like Wheeler Walker Jr.-esque albums that they sold in the back of Easy Rider magazines with some real heinous, racist, and gnarly shit. But he is a legend to this genre, and this song is just absurd and fucking awesome, really. So if you can put aside that he's probably not the best guy in the world and just look at this song, it's pretty great.
This song is quite fun, I will say that. It obviously immediately reminded me of Joe Dirt. Because that line, that long hair don't cover up that redneck, boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is just like a really fun song, honestly. Like, I don't know. I guess I did. Yeah, I didn't look up anything about the guy, but I mean, the song is it's quite all right if you ask me. It's one of the standouts on the list for myself. But Dusty, what about you, man? How'd you feel about it?
It's all right. Kind of blended in with some of the others, but it's some decent hooks to it. Honestly, thought it was Dave and Alan Gear there for a second when I first saw the artist, and I was like, whoa.
Just like making country music on the side in between SNL in his early days.
Oh yeah, I was like, and then I saw Long Hair Redneck. I was like, was he singing about Willie Nelson or something like that? Like some sort of controversy between each other. But no, it's just country music to me. So it's got the hooks. So solid thumb and a half.
Yeah, another thumb and a half for the list. Nick, what about you, man? How'd you feel about Long Haired Redneck?
Well, the song's super good. This was some East Coast, West Coast shit. That was just a lot of call-outs in this song. This guy, like, I don't know. Was Merle Haggard considered attractive? I don't get that joke in particular.
Yeah, they say, I look like Merle Haggard.
I couldn't imagine. But, I mean, David Allan Coe now is a nasty-looking motherfucker. He has dreadlocks down to, like, his feet almost. It's insane.
Oh, my.
Terrifying.
That is terrifying.
But this song was really fun to listen to. I liked it. My opinion of it is definitely soured knowing who the guy is now. But it's still a pretty good song. I liked it.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Caleb, what about you, man?
I mean, I feel like I've known some long-haired rednecks in my day. They're usually nice people. I don't know. This one's given me more like kind of just that, like the part where they're slowing down in the middle. That's where it lost me, because like it was like, all right, this is all right, it's bumping along, but then we slow it down and we're doing that piano bullshit again.
Yeah, but he's making fun of Nashville, because that's what they were trying to get him to put out. You know, he's shoving it to the man.
Well, I can appreciate that because I didn't like that part, so I get why he would make fun of it. But I don't know. The part that was like a bummer, but where I'm like, nope, I'm gonna have to pass on this song, is because the really, really abrupt fade out at the end. You're like,
yeah,
what are you doing?
And he does that in a lot of songs too. Like if you like, several of his songs use that same method, which is trash.
You gotta resolve that shit. It gives me a headache. I don't like it.
All right, that is definitely a wig.
No, that is his hair.
There's absolutely no way. That looks like a bad wig.
You can look it up. There's many pictures of him throughout the years.
That's terrifying to look at.
That's like the country version of Jabba the Hutt. The photo I just sent you guys.
It's like if Jack Black's career didn't really take off in movies.
He just evolved into this guy.
He just gave up and just let it all go.
My God. All right. Well, that wild hair aside, we got the Working Man Blues by Mr. Haggard once again.
Yeah, we got another Merle Haggard track. And I don't care what any of you fuckers say. This song gets me pumped. It's probably because I'm just at heart, I was raised by blue collar men, and to be honest, that's what I am now. I work a blue collar job. And so it just tugs at those heartstrings for me, and it hits a chord, and it just makes sense. It's a fucking banger.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't disagree. This song definitely's got some movement. You know, it's got some energy. I like a lot of the same things about this song that I like about Rush's
Working
song.
Man.
Yeah, Working Man. Like, you know, somehow like some of these songs, they just like, I don't know, they find a way to drive you like a little bit more. Like, I don't know, especially when at work. You're just like, fucking, I get it, man. I'm working. I'm there. My back hurts. Fuck. Yeah. But yeah, this is definitely like another like I don't know. I mean I dig the Haggard, I guess, because I definitely like dig this song. But Caleb, how'd you feel about this Merle Haggard track?
I mean, this is probably one of my favorite ones so far, honestly. It kind of reminds me of there's a song by like Devo, and it's kind of, I don't know if it's like working in a coal mine or something like that, but it kind of just has that like same vibe, like we're just chugging along. This is going to help us get through the shift, and I like this one. I like the little sound effect. I don't know what it is, if it's like a pickaxe working on a railroad or something, but it's a nice touch. It's like a little choo-choo train song. I don't know.
The choo-choo train song.
Something.
Kind of like a turkey call or something. I don't know.
Dusty, how about you, man?
Well, a solid blues song. I'm surprised it took this many songs and to get to a country blues song.
Yeah.
But it's we can relate to. I can't, honestly, because I don't work a blue collar job in front of them. But still, it's, I had it just playing in the background, just, got foot bumping, moving along. But everybody can relate to the working part, whatever job you're in. So, solid tune by Merle.
Fuck yeah. Flan Man, what about you?
I'm glad you brought up the Working Man by Rush reference, because like early Rush was super bluesy. I would not be surprised at all if they were inspired by this song.
That's what I thought, dude. I was like, there had to have been some trickle down from this.
Even the chord progressions are like pretty similar. The themes are, I mean, maybe Rush being a broke ass weird band from Canada, they just couldn't get the rights to actually do the song, so they just made their own. Like whenever you're watching a show and you get like the Walmart brand like ZZ Top LaGrange. But I don't know, this song was pretty cool. But like I said, I looked up Merle Haggard. That dude's never really held down a real job in his life.
No, that's the thing. I mean, he's selling it to his audience. It's not for him.
And I think we've mentioned before, like country audiences can tell when someone's full of shit. And I don't know why they just keep giving Merle Haggard a pass for that.
I mean, to be honest, he grew up in like rural Oklahoma. He probably had grew up in a real working family. But yeah, I get it. And I feel the same way. I guess I've also been missing this, released in 69.
Oh, okay.
Good year.
Good year.
But overall, the song's pretty cool. I still don't fucking like this guy. This seems to be a trend. I keep liking his songs and just hating the guy who wrote them.
God damn you. Well, what about this next artist? We got a song by Mr. Willie Nelson.
Yeah, had to get all the all-stars in there. I think Willie has a great voice, and this song is super bluesy coming off the last one, and there's several live recordings out there where they just turn this into a jam song that's like 15 minutes long. I can't even hardly make it through those, but it's a good one, really. I mean, it's got a great voice. It's just like saloon music,
Definitely, man. But yeah, like this song fucking has some grooves, man, and like I could definitely see that. Like as soon as I listened to it, I was like, I bet this gets turned into a jam. Like I bet this, like live, they can get just keep it going for fucking ever. Yeah, I really like this one, man. This might be like my top track on the playlist. But let's see. Let's go with Nick. How'd you feel about Willie Nelson here, man?
I really like this song. It was pretty good. I like the bluesy elements to it. As soon as you said like the saloon song, it finally like clicked what that little ambiance in my head was. But there's like, since the song really does kind of follow that jammy pattern to it, there's like that moment right in the back third of it where it just kind of like gets real swingy and bouncy for a few bars, and it's just, I don't know, it's a good fun song to listen to, but it's like a slow kind of fun.
Yeah.
But positive reviews for Whiskey River. I mean, Willie's great.
Yeah, them braids. Dusty, how about you, man?
I was super chill and laid back. Makes you want to be like on a lazy river or floating on a whiskey river. But it's got that porch vibes too, you know.
Hell yeah.
Watching the sunset, you know, kicking back, relaxing, indulging in a vice, you know, if that's your thing. But yeah, I've always liked Willie Nelson, mostly just because he's like, I think my grandma's probably favorite or second favorite artist next to Man in Black. But yeah, no, it's a solid tune. I definitely could see them jamming it out on this and get those Telecasters fired up and going. So
Yeah, dude. Caleb, how about you, man? You a Nelson fan?
Yeah, I like Willie. It's definitely like, it's kind of situational, like, you know, hanging out on the porch or whatever. Something we're gonna do that's chill. That's the time and place, because at the beginning of the song, it's like, okay, just be patient. It's gonna pay off. I know it will. But it was hard for me to be patient. But man, those trippy lap steel slide guitar things there at the end are. That was really cool. I like that a lot. I'm a sucker for lap steel. I've always kind of wanted to learn to play one, but it's too many things to do. Yeah, this is a good song, and I don't know. I like when Willie kind of is like, all right, let's get a little weird. It doesn't have to just be kind of like a soft acoustic ballad. And this was a good example of that.
Yeah, no, I agree there, Caleb. I think it's like a good example of like a little bit something you wouldn't fully expect, you know. But okay, right into a Hank Williams Jr. track.
Yeah, we're going into Junior's territory here. This is Family Tradition. This one was released in '79. This is kind of like probably the peak of like outlaw country. And it's just kind of him pointing his finger at mainstream country and saying, fuck you, you know, which is fun. It's kind of just an absurd song. And it's fun if you're drunk, you know, in the chorus. If you see him at live, like the whole crowd shouts out during the chorus. Like it says, why do you drink? Everybody shouts to get drunk. Why do you smoke? To get high. And then why do you act out this way? To get laid? You know, it's a fun track.
Yeah, dude, I don't disagree with that. That'd be, yeah, that would, I could just see that crowd like cups in the air yelling along with the song. It's just kind of a funny song, like it really is, like. And you know, I liked how you said it. You know, it's just him, like, you know, kind of just like pointing the finger, flipping the bird to the mainstream shit. You know, like, yeah, like, because this is what I fucking do. It's like, yeah. But yeah, this is I mean, just a random, weird, fun song, if you ask me. Caleb, how'd you feel about this one though?
Well, I will say I do prefer Hank Sr., but this is a fun song. The whole like vibe that Jameson described, I was gonna say, like, it just kind of reminds me of like the crowd at like a, you know, bluegrass and country festival in like Montana.
Yeah.
Not really my crowd, but they seem to have a fun time. And yeah, it seems, I don't know, I'm not going to go out of my way for it, but if I found myself in that situation, I could see that being quite a lot of fun. Yeah. It's good.
Dusty, what about you?
It's a catchy tune, you know. Is this, what year was this?
79.
Oh, getting deep in there. Yeah, no, it's good. Hank Williams Jr., the one that compared Obama
To Hitler? Yep, sure was.
Oh boy.
At the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
My God.
They asked him in the pregame if he would play a round of golf with Obama, and he said no, it'd be like playing golf with Hitler.
Jesus. What?
Right? And then, because before that, Hank Jr. did the opening for Monday Night Football. He had the song that opened it. So,
yeah, and he was canceled for that, but then they brought him back, so they're like, But otherwise, no, it's a fun. You know, it's sure like many country songs, they got to have one song in the set to get the crowd really into it. Everybody books this one and all that, so gonna get the energy back up during the concert. You get that going. So, what's a good tune? Catchy.
Kick on the family tradition. Nick, what about you, man?
I like this song. I really like the attitude of it. It was just like openly mocking the industry and
Right?
just saying, "Hey, I'm going to do it anyways."
Yep.
I don't know. I had a really good time listening to the song. It was super cool. I'm really tired of finding out like who these people are. Like I get that they're outlaws, but like couldn't it be a little more like Robin Hood maybe? Or Banksy.
Or Banks. Somewhere between Robin Hood and Banksy, please.
Just less terrible.
You
But
gotta remember they're all like raised in the 50s in the South, so
Yeah.
that's just a way that people were.
yeah.
Are.
Yeah,
But-
no.
Why all my favorite songs on this list are just done by terrible people. But it's still such a fun song. I really enjoyed it.
I agree. Well, this is the first Johnny Cash song on the list that we're coming up on.
It is. I figured that I wouldn't go super heavy Johnny Cash because everybody already knows Johnny Cash, but
Oh, yeah.
he had to have at least one. And honestly, I'm not a religious man one bit, but I like a lot of Johnny Cash's gospel stuff, to be honest. And that doesn't have a place on this playlist. So I went with a song. This is actually a live recording from the Johnny Cash show in '71. This is actually a Chris Christopherson song that he covered, who we see later on, another pioneer. But yeah, I don't know. It's just got a good feeling, but it just, it's about being a scumbag and walking around being lonely on a Sunday morning. Oh, I don't think I said it's Sunday morning coming down. Sorry.
It is like just kind of a drag of a song, honestly. Like, I mean, it's very Cash,
Yeah.
But like, yeah, there's like, I love that line like really early on. And it's like the beer I had for breakfast wasn't bad, so I had one more for dessert.
Yeah.
Shit's hard as fuck. No, it's an interesting Cash song. Like, I'd never heard it before, which is kind of cool. So that was kind of like a nice little like find for me there. Yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say about Johnny Cash. I've always generally enjoyed the music I've heard. I haven't really ever dug into like the gospel era Cash though, so that's kind of intriguing. Just in a side note kind of way. But
I really like, if you want to look at another track, Daddy Sang Bass is one of my favorites.
Okay.
Really love that song.
Hell yeah. But I definitely enjoyed this track. It definitely has like a bit of an energy dip from like where we were just before, which is kind of cool. Kind of slows you down in the playlist, pumps the brakes a second.
I also thought
yeah.
like super like he sounds so good live, and he has so many live albums, and it's like, god damn, sounds great live. And I usually hate live albums, to be honest. So
yeah, that's a really good point. Like, he does have like there's just tons of live stuff from him. Yeah, I've never had a problem with it. Some artists who really makes like a hell of a difference, where you just sort of like that recording sucks.
yeah.
But Nick, how'd you feel about this Cash?
Like you, I had actually not heard this song before. I kind of struggle with Johnny Cash because he's like been kind of like present and very commercialized my entire life. I've seen him on lunchboxes or commemorative plaques in a souvenir store, and it's just, I've heard Ring of Fire too many times to count, and Folsom Prison Blues or whatever. It's just, I've heard so much Johnny Cash that it doesn't sound like music that existed in its own time period. It sounds like music I hear in commercials.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I could see that.
But like when I get to hear a song like by him that I haven't heard before, I can finally like place my mind back in a spot and be like, oh, this is just some guy named Johnny Cash singing a song, and I get to like hear it. and it's super cool. I like understand the appeal of why Johnny Cash became the thing that he is today. It's really good music. I mean, you can't have a classic country list without some real downers on it.
Yeah,
That's truth.
So,
One of my all-time favorite Johnny Cash associated memories was the endless amounts of 9/11 presentations that would happen, and people would use his cover, where like there'd be like pictures of the towers, and be like, "I hurt myself today." And it was always like, why the fuck are these two things associated, man? Like I just, that's always in my mind. I actually make it's like an ongoing joke I have with people at work now too. But Caleb, what about you? How'd you feel about Johnny Cash's Sunday Morning?
I like this one. I've heard it before, and yeah, it's like the mix that they achieved live is really great. Dude can sing his ass off. I like the string section, and it just kind of reminds me of like that picture of Johnny Cash sitting in a bush, like high out of his mind, just eating an ice cream cake or something like that, like a barbarian. And
that's a great photo.
It's so good. But like, it reminds me of one morning, like I was like, I don't know, 19 or 20 and fighting with my girlfriend at the time, and my phone dying and being still drunk from the night before, just wandering around town. You're like, how the fuck do I get home? I can't call anybody, and just feeling like a real piece of shit. So it's a beautiful song for such a bummer situation.
Dusty, what about you, man?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I think we've all been there when it's woke up at 7 a.m. and you're like, guys, need to get out of this random house. It's the first like rendition of the Walk of Shame, I would say. It just you're just haggard walking out of there, faded or just hungover or whatever. It's just like, I can see that bright Sunday morning sun. Just,
dude,
I just want to puke in the park or something like that. But no, that's good. It's Johnny Cash is my grandma's favorite artist, so I'm sure I've heard almost everything of his throughout the years. And if it weren't for him, we wouldn't have had Dewey Cox's Walk Hard. So
it's true.
Exactly, man.
A lot of respect there. Don't play that Hurt song for me ever again, because this was so overplayed back in the day. It's a good song, but I can't.
I can't either. I just can't take it seriously. Well, that brings us right around to a different Johnny, Mr. Johnny Paycheck.
Yeah, take this job and shove it. So this song was actually written by David Allan Coe. Released it in 77. But I don't know, this is just a song that I feel like pretty much everyone can connect with on some level. It's like you've always had those thoughts of just like, God damn, I want to walk up to my boss and tell him to shove it. I just want to be done with this job. Fuck it. Whatever. So it's another one, gives you that good, those good, I guess, vibes, or not really even vibes, but something that everyone can connect with.
It's 100. Like, that's immediately you're just sort of like, the exact situation that you'd like use this song as inspiration for, like, fuck, crap jobs and the shit bosses, like, fuck this. Yeah, this song's kind of interesting. It's got that like weird, I don't know, it's like the weird like bass line in it that kind of takes over parts, like it's like like it's really, it's just kind of again, it's sort of just like that Hank Williams Jr. song. It's just like a fun fucking song, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I definitely could see this being like one of those, like, people singing along to it also. Yeah.
This is also Johnny Paycheck's only song that ever charted, and it spent 2 weeks as the number one and then 18 weeks on the list.
Damn.
So.
Dang.
Make that paycheck.
Well, Nick, how about you on this one? How'd you feel about Johnny Paycheck?
I like this song. I mean, a better quitting song there never has been and never will be.
Yeah.
There's no better quitting song than Take This Job and Shove It. I remember the very first moment I heard this song, and it was on like a TV commercial in the 90s. It's like, for one payment of $19.99, you get 4 CDs of Outlaw Country, and they really played Johnny Paycheck in that commercial. But I liked it, and I still do like it. It's a good song. It does have that funky bass line. Like I that was playing in my ear as you were saying it. I'm like, oh man, it was nice.
Yeah, it's a weird one. This is kind of fun. Dusty, how about you? How do you feel about this? About Johnny Paycheck here?
Feel good about it. For the longest time, I thought Johnny Paycheck was Johnny Cash. My friend would talk about both at the same time. I think I was like 5, 6, something like that. So, but that bass line, I the whole time I was trying to figure out what effect are they using on that bass, because it's not like a typical country song where the bass is there in the background, but it's not like a focal point. So it's nice to hear something where you have a focal point, a different instrument, and just like, oh, that's kind of unique on that. But yeah, I just can't. It's like such a suppressed tone. I feel like I can't really put my finger on it, but it's solid song.
Yeah.
What year did it come out? Did you
This
say?
song, 77.
Maybe that'll give us some hints. We
Boom.
can see what effects were in vogue.
What they were doing.
Yeah,
Well,
Nick, what is it, Nick?
Is he
What?
looking it up? No, he's all asleep on coffee.
He doesn't know. He doesn't fucking know.
What are you
What do
talking
you
about?
think about this song, Caleb?
This is a good song.
I was fixing the song on my phone. What's going on?
Nothing. You're fine. Don't worry.
I'm out of it for a little while.
Figure out the effect on that bass.
Yeah,
Oh, I have no idea.
we're trying to get to the bottom of it.
That's just
this-
not something I've tried to learn. So, huh?
This is a good song, and I now have my own quitting story that, could have been inspired or accompanied by this song, and that feels pretty good. I'm not like Oscar from The Office, who dreams of a quitting story. I have my own now. It's too long. Don't worry about it. But anyway, this is a fun song. It's real, it's got that honky tonk vibe, and I don't know, the cover art. He scares me. He's awfully gaunt, and I don't know. I feel like he doesn't have any teeth, but he's still gonna bite me.
Oh, he's like a vampire, man. Johnny Paycheck's a vampire.
He kind of he's like a cowboy vampire.
Yeah. Cowboy Nostradamus. Oh wait, no, Nosferatu, not Nostradamus.
Nostradamus. That has nothing to do with the song, but that's how I feel.
Well, all right. Well, I guess that brings us to a song that the name was invoked earlier, but we have another Merle Haggard song. Jameson, what song is this?
This is Okie from Muskogee. And honestly, I think this is the ultimate troll track of all time, because Merle Haggard, he's admitted, he spent time in prison. He smoked weed his entire life. He kind of went back and forth with this song if he was serious or not. And one time he said that he wrote this right after his dad died. So he wrote it kind of like from his father's perspective. And this released in 69. So it was the summer of love. And, he was, his father had just died, listening to his dad talk about all these hippies out in California. And it's just a fucking hilarious song, really. I mean, the first 2 lines of the track are, we don't smoke marijuana in Muskogee, and we don't take no trips on LSD. It's just hilarious. Because, I mean, Merle even admitted he was hanging out with, Janis Joplin and stuff at this time. He's it was just, I think, an ultimate troll. And I think the song's hilarious and pretty fun.
Yeah, it is it's such a to me a random ass song, but it It is. It is just sort of fun, and like it's one of the things I've been noticing is like really if you like listen to the lyrics, to go back and read them or whatever, a lot of the lyrics that you have in these songs are just like ridiculous.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, this is definitely another pass. Like I gotta give it a pass. It's just kind of funny when you frame it like that. That's really kind of like that helps paint the whole picture of the song for me.
Yeah,
I like it. Nick, I gotta know where you stand with this song though, having invoked it earlier.
All right, this song, I like it in a vacuum. I grew up with this song. It's you can't not like this song. But once again, this song confused me so hard. Hearing was like, wait, Merle Haggard definitely did all these things. So I looked it up again, and I found out that he wrote this song as like a pro-Vietnam War sentiment, or maybe not necessarily that, but definitely anti-hippie song. He's like, these fucking morons don't know anything about this war more than I do. And as it turned out, they did. It was like a big problem in America's history. Is I don't know, the Vietnam War. But
Definitely left a bad taste in a lot of mouths, we'll say.
I don't know. I just did not like. What came out of the entire Merle Haggard experience, like this guy's just straight up a violent criminal who decided to reform himself and then talk shit about people who wanted to stop a war. Like fuck that guy. Makes good music though.
So I mean, that being all said, like it's is this a pass? Is it like where does it sit?
I'm not gonna stop a Merle Haggard song if it's playing. But I'm gonna talk shit about him.
Yeah, fair. He talks shit about it too, probably. Dusty, what about you, man?
Solid, no solid tune. I think he probably came from two different angles on this. Just like one, I could play to the crowds in the South to make them think I'm serious about this, but then at the same time, playing in other places, like make a joke out of it. So, which I can respect that, you know. So, honestly, I think he's just playing to whatever crowd he's at, so whatever he can make money from. So,
Fair.
but no, solid song, catchy. You can't beat that opening line. So, and then at the end, just talking about white lightning. Like,
Yeah.
My grandma talking about white lightning again. He's from
Now, what is white lightning?
Moonshine.
Oh.
Moonshine.
No, that was definitely a thing. Because my grandma's from Oklahoma and my granddad was from Kansas, so I always heard sort of about white lightning and all that stuff. Okay.
Well, Caleb, where do you sit with this song?
This is a nice song. It's kind of I kind of enjoyed the whole like, you know, hearing all your guys' takes on it because I was kind of wondering like, is he being like sarcastic and, you know, like just kind of taking the piss out of people? And then, you know, Dusty's point of it's just kind of maybe genius marketing, but it made me laugh because I was thinking of like super, you know, conservative squares listening to this and being like, Merle, he's on our side. He, you know,
100%.
he don't like those hippies, and that just fucking cracks me up. But it's an all right song. I think I like the lore better than the song itself, but nothing wrong with it. And my only question is, where the fuck is Muskogee? I'm guessing that's in Oklahoma.
It is in Oklahoma. Small town.
Yeah. Well, I've never been to Oklahoma, and that's a funny sounding name for a town. So that's all I have to say about that.
Fair enough. Well, so now we're going into a song that you mentioned. This guy had a cover. You know, somebody cover. Well, who? Wait, what song was the cover song from earlier?
So, Sunday Morning Coming Down is a Chris Christopherson song.
Okay, but is this an original we got coming up here?
This is so technically he wrote this song. He is the original author of this song, which damn near everyone in the world is going to know, which is me and Bobby McGee. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he was the original writer of this. I was looking up some of the history of this. He actually wrote this song in '69 for Roger Miller, who released it, and then Kenny Rogers recorded a version of it, and then Gordon Lightfoot made a cover of it, and all in 1969, and all three of those versions were on the Billboard at some point. Like, this song was just hot as fucking shit when he wrote it in 69. And then the version that everyone knows by Janis Joplin was released posthumously after she died in 71, because she died in 70. So,
Yeah, okay.
And obviously that song blew up, and that's the version everyone knows. But this is a Chris Christopherson song.
Nice. This song reminds me of something I'd hear on a Wes Anderson soundtrack. You know what I mean? Like, it's like really pleasant, and just kind of like, I don't know, like kind of like upbeat in its own way. And it's like not really, it's very unassuming.
You
Like,
know
it's-
what it kind of reminds me of that's super random is Disney's Robin Hood, and the guy who like
Oh my God,
narrates
dude.
all the songs in it. It kind
100.
of sounds just like that.
That's fucking. That's a good call, man. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I really like this version. Like you said, like there's, you know, like a litany of other versions, and I feel like I've heard all of them besides this one. Like I've never, like, I don't know. It's like one of those weird things, like, you know, Chris Christopherson. I think we mentioned on the last one. I remember meeting him for the first time from Blade.
Yeah.
Then kind of finding out sort of like after that it's like, oh, this dude like made music and shit. Like, you know, like he's had an interesting career. But yeah, this, I mean, like I said, this, I have no beef with this track. I think it's really kind of pleasant. Like it's a good, I don't know. I think it's just as good as every other one we've heard. I wouldn't like say it's exceptional to me, but I do like it. Dusty, how do you feel about Mr. Christopherson here?
I think it's kind of a boring song, to be honest. I don't, honestly never heard this, not even the Janis Joplin or anything. So
You've never heard the Janis Joplin version?
I don't think so. I never really.
Wow.
I heard that one song way too many times, and that was enough for me. I don't know. It's just a boring one to me. Just kind of blended in with some other country stuff. So but
Fair
it's
enough.
okay. Yeah, it's not awful or anything. It's just, it's not for me.
That's fair. Caleb, how about you?
Well, Chris has got a nice voice and all, but yeah, this song's fucking boring. And that harmonica was ass. That sounded weird. I mean, kudos to being able to play the harmonica, because that shit's pretty hard, but I don't like the way that one sounded. It was, I don't know. It reminded me of like something I'd heard before, and I was trying to put my finger on it. When you said the Robin Hood thing, like that was like, okay, we're getting close there, but I just realized that the soundtrack from Fox and the Hound did it better.
Oh, the gauntlet's thrown.
There's that. But it's fine. It's like, yeah, it's got that kind of sleepy like vibe, and I don't know. I've been awake for a while. So.
I've been awake. Nick, how about you? Are you awake, or is this lulling you to sleep?
I was awake for it. Chris Christopherson has got to be one of the most outstanding songwriters of his generation. This song was a little slow, but I'm also so fucking tired of the Janis Joplin version that this was just a breath of fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the harmonica. I liked the shrillness of it. It kind of woke you up from the sleepiness.
And it's epic that he calls it a harpoon.
What?
You don't. If you listen to the lyrics, he says he pulls his old harpoon out of his dusty red bandana. He's talking about his harmonica.
That's what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What?
I had no idea what he was talking. I just kind of just glossed over that part. But it's a really cool song. Chris Christopherson is one of the most interesting people around. I also first discovered this guy in the movie Blade. And that's just a weird place to discover anyone.
It's true.
But I don't know. I have a very positive opinion of Chris Christopherson, even though this song is a little slow.
Yeah. Drags of moments, but what's up with the next song? Caleb kind of called it out in the group text, and I've been interested by that all day.
Yeah,
since I came through.
Caleb has told me many times that he doesn't like this artist, Tyler Childers. These next two artists are modern artists. I fucking love Tyler Childers. I think he's got a ton of good music out. Some of it's a little bit more mainstream country, but I wanted to get some guys in here who are still kind of invoking that outlaw sound, you know? And it's just kind of a fun one. It tells a story about getting fucked up and not really knowing what happened the night before. So it's fun.
That's fair. Can definitely relate to the story or the point of view of the song. For sure. It does, like, that's what I was wondering. I didn't look it up because I was like, I don't know, I just didn't. But I did. It reminded me when I was listening to it, I was like, this sounds a lot cleaner than the others, like, that we've listened to. And I think that's one of the, like, weirdly enough for me, it's one of the demerits of the song. Like, I kind of like the dustiness, so to speak, of some of the other tracks we've listened to. But, that being said, like, I don't know. I didn't mind it though. Still, like, and that's one of the weirdest things to me is, like, I don't know. I've never really, like, fully dipped a foot into the whole, like, country pool very much, and so it's, like, just interesting to have kind of a spread throughout this playlist, including this track where it's like, I don't know. There's kind of some, like, interesting merit. For me, it's a lot of lyrical merit, which is very, like, something we don't get too much of on the pod. So, that's kind of cool. But Caleb, I gotta hear your thoughts on this this artist, Tyler Childers.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with him. He's very good at what he does. But it's just, like, it's not really my thing. I don't know. I think maybe it is, like, kind of how you mentioned, like, it sounds like the style is old and, like, kind of that traditional classic thing, but it's sort of weird, hearing it, like, with a modern recording. That's not really a bad thing, but I don't know. Yeah, it just reminds me of all those Montana, like, cowboy hipster types. And, I mean, there's nothing wrong. They're nice people.
Hey man, they're like the cowboy types that sort of shop at REI, but also shop at what's that other, like, a really big store?
Aspro, Cabela's.
Like,
they'll like bounce back and forth.
Like, I mean, I get it, because it's like there's certain, like, you run into these people, like, when I go fly fishing, and they're nice. I just, like, I don't know, I like a different vibe from my music. And the main reason I was upset was just because, one, I like to give Jameson shit about Tyler Childers for really no valid reason, because he's fine. But
just for the fun of it,
just being an asshole for kicks and gigs. But my thing was, like, there's not a single song by Sturgill Simpson on here. If we're gonna do some modern, like, outlaw shit, and I know he kind of goes off the rails and does different things, but man, where's fucking Life is Sin? Like, that's
I would just say, everyone knows we covered Sturgill pretty heavily in the first couple episodes of this pod, and I'm a huge fan. I love him, but we have covered him already, and, like, he does go off the rails, and he's not, like, most of his stuff I wouldn't really consider, like, outlaw. And I mean, I wouldn't really say most of Tyler Childers' stuff really is either, I guess. But I don't know. Just figured I'd go with some unheard artists.
I just had to have some venom to spit at you. But, like, I guess maybe this is an outlaw, but it's definitely, like, a classic country vibe. And despite my shit talking, like, Tyler Childers is a really good artist at his thing. It's just not really my thing.
And I mean, the guy's legit too. Like, it's not like he's doing it just for like, mainstream, trying to write. Like, his last album was a total instrumental bluegrass album. Like, the guy, he does country music, and that's it. It's not Nashville bullshit.
Fair enough. Well, what about the other two council members? Dusty, have you any thoughts on Mr. Childers?
I've never heard of this guy before, but then again, I don't ever really listen to country music, so it was it's odd going from that. It seems like there's this kind of fuzz over all the other music, and then this one's so clear.
Yeah.
But I don't hate that. That's okay. It's kind of like, yeah, I guess it would compare him to Greta Van Fleet. Greta Van Fleet's playing stuff of an old era, but everything's clean in this era. So, and I respect that. I don't hate Greta Van Fleet, but it really reminds me of if Kurt Cobain somehow became a country singer. There's something in his voice that reminds me of Kurt Cobain. Like,
wow,
he wasn't. It wasn't from the Northwest. He's from the South. He didn't do grunge. He just did country music. And, like, a little Kurt Cobain to that voice there. So
that's interesting.
I don't know. It's okay. No issues with Childers.
Child. Nick, how about you?
I did not know this was a modern song, and I was honestly very surprised that the mix sounded that good. But now that I know it's a modern song, I think I like the mix even more. It was so tastefully done. Like they didn't just like slap some effects that were like make it sound old. It was like this was very carefully done. I wouldn't be surprised if they recorded like using some of the very like techniques that they were used back in the day, just with like a modern approach to it. That wouldn't surprise me. It sounds great. I really like the sound of this, but I'm also an engineer, not like the intended audience of this song. Excuse me, I'm an amateur engineer. Correct that right away.
Well, and you do have a project.
Oh yeah, we can get around to that after Tyler. But the song was fine. I mean, Caleb, I'm calling you out on this one. We can't sit here on this council and talk shit about pop country all sounding the same while we're also bashing artists like this.
Yeah,
we gotta
I can do whatever the fuck I want because this is America. I don't have to be consistent.
Wait,
I have many continuity errors. I don't give a fuck.
All right. Overall, good job, Tyler Childers on the album Purgatory. The song, I swear to God. I don't know, it sounded fine to me. But good job to whoever your engineer is, too. I like that person.
Great job.
2 thumbs up.
I don't know. I'm just trying to be way too fucking positive here because
I know.
Like
I was
agreeable.
hoping and thinking for some hate. I'm
trying. I'm trying to add some hate.
Hey,
I know. I feel like this whole playlist has been quite mediocre for everyone. It's like, it's pretty good. I don't mind.
Well, exactly. We're all just like, it's not that bad. Okay.
But I mean, for me, I've probably listened to this fucking playlist 50 times through. I don't know why. I keep coming back to it. I enjoyed the fuck out of everything on here, which I guess it's my playlist, so fuck me. But
No. There's something to the thing is that I've not had a single like real negative opinion about any of these songs. I don't like Merle Haggard, but I was in a really like a really good place to listen to this when I was out walking the dog earlier, and it's just exactly what I wanted to hear in this moment. I thoroughly enjoyed this playlist, like, just front to back.
Nice,
but like I can't. I'm not gonna like rant and rave about any of these old people songs. I'm definitely going to go back and listen to this one.
Nice. I'll keep it up then.
Well, so is the next track here, Jameson, is this another modern artist?
Yeah, this is another modern one. This is by Cody Jinks. It's called Hippies and Cowboys. I'll just say right now, I think this is probably the weakest song on the playlist. But honestly, like a year and a half ago, I was at Ace Hardware picking up some screws, and this was playing, and I was like, God damn, this song's catchy as fuck, and it sounds like an Outlaw song. I don't listen to this artist. I don't know a single other one of his songs, but I've been playing this song for about the last year, and I just like it a whole lot.
Hell yeah. I like this song too, though. It's like, there ain't nothing wrong with this song, and it has kind of again, it just has kind of like a steady rhythm that you can follow the entire time, which you can just kind of like I don't know, like it just washes you away, you know.
Yeah.
No, this song is kind of interesting. Again, lyrical, the content's also kind of funny, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't have any vitriol. It's not bad. This playlist wasn't bad, so I just gotta give it another yeah, dude, it's pretty solid. Nick, how'd you feel about this mix? You said you liked the last current, more current track.
It's fine. It's a good mix. I mean, country music has always had really top of the line equipment and sound to it. They've just always sounded good. Like, I mean, the Telecaster is just one of the greatest pieces of equipment ever made, and this entire playlist has made me want to buy a B-bender, and that's just not something I need. I mean, a B-bender is a guitar where if you activate a little lever on it, or if you I don't know how the mechanism works, but it bends the B string up a whole step, so you can kind of use it to create a sort of lap steel guitar effect on your Telecaster, and it's just super good. But this song is pretty new. It does sound badass. I like it so much more, and like with the origin story of how Jameson discovered it. I'm never gonna not think about that when I hear this song again.
I hope that someday I go into an Ace Hardware and that fucking happens to me.
Yeah.
So many human moments just happen at Ace Hardwares.
Yeah. It's a humbling place. Dusty, what about you, man?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think this was one of the better songs on the playlist.
Oh.
I don't know, maybe it's just the catchiness of it, and I mean, it's pretty cookie cutter as far as country songs go, but I don't know. I like the tones and everything pretty sweet, and his voice is similar to others, but it's a little bit deeper, I guess, so enjoy that. So, you know, I like the lyrical content. Hippies and Cowboys. Interesting. You know, he doesn't really give a fuck about who you are. They'll raise hell with you, so solid tune. I'll give it 2 thumbs.
Ah, a double thumber. Caleb, where are your thumbs at?
I actually, this was definitely up there for me as well. I've never heard of Cody Jinks, but I'm assuming that's a baritone guitar, but whatever it is, that guitar sounds fucking great. And I like the mix a lot, and anytime you put that lap steel in there again, even though it's kind of a slower song and it's a little on the longer side compared to some of the other stuff, like this one was the most captivating to me, probably because one, I'd never heard it, and I don't know, it just sounds good to me. It's low, it's full, it's nice. So I'll give it 2 thumbs as well.
Damn,
maybe I'll give it a little finger gun wiggle.
Whoa. Yeah, double thumbs and a finger bang. Bang bang.
Oh
well, okay, shit. I guess that takes us to the nightcap of the, so to speak. It's the Outlaw shit.
Yeah, by Waylon Jennings. So apparently the origin of Outlaw Country actually comes from a Waylon Jennings song released in '72. Is where, I can't remember the title of the track, but he kind of gets the credit for starting the whole movement. I like a lot of his stuff, but I think he has probably one of the worst voices, honestly, of the country, the Outlaw guys. This song specifically, though, was first released in '78, called This Outlaw Bit Is Getting Out of Hand. So this was released, this version, in 2008 by his son Shooter Jennings, it's reworked and re-recorded. So this was actually released after Waylon died. I don't know when it was recorded, but this was later on in life, and they reworked the song. It's much slower than the original, but it tells a story about when he was in in '77 he was recording in a studio in New York City, and the cops busted down the doors and tried to arrest him and his band for possession of coke. And it's kind of just I figured a good way to kind of close it out, and how, I don't know, the outlaw movement kind of ended. You know, these guys all were strung out and running out of money from partying too hard, and yeah, you know, it just kind of rounds the story of this playlist.
Yeah, it's outlaw shit, man. Yeah, that is, like, that was one of the standout things. I was like, this song does have some, like, it's kind of like another slower paced song, but I didn't necessarily mind it. I do agree with you, Jameson. His voice isn't necessarily my favorite, but it kind of, like, I don't know. I think it works with this track at least, though, like, pretty well. Yeah, that and I didn't, you know, it's kind of cool too that this was like sort of a later in life kind of perhaps re-recorded sesh that they put together for this. It's a neat track, man, and what a fucking cool story to base a song on, you know, that fucking running with the cops. But it does have this sort of like ending of an era kind of feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's wild. Yeah, I mean, I like this song a lot, though. I would give this song a double thumbs. You know, we're talking about all them thumbs from earlier. I'm thumbing this thing hard over here. But Nick, how do you feel about Outlaw Shut?
Well, I will say I'm a little bit disappointed, because based on the title, I was expecting, like, not a sad ballad about the end of an era. I was expecting, you know, like, whatever the equivalent of Wheeler Walker Jr.'s Redneck shit was going to be. I was expecting something a little bit more faster paced. So initially I didn't like it, but on the second listen through, it really had it does have like a real, like, sad finale to it feeling. You know, they play this at the end of the HBO miniseries about outlaw country.
But I would watch the hell out of that.
Honestly, I would too. That'd be cool. But it is a beautiful song. But I like the strings in it, and it's got to be a real string section. Like, they didn't have a really good way to fake it back then. The lap steel just kind of wails. It's a cool song.
Yeah.
A little too long, though.
Let's tighten that shit up.
Caleb, where do you sit?
Well, I'm glad that Jameson got in front of the train on that one for me, because I agree. Waylon's not my favorite singer. He's unique, and he's got his thing, and he goes for it, and I respect that. But it's not my favorite voice to hear. And I'm surprised. I mean, this is a fitting song for, you know, the era is ending, the playlist is ending. But, like, I'm kind of surprised that you like this song as much as you say, Jameson, because this is some theatrical bullshit.
I guess a little bit.
It's pretty grandiose as far as outlaw country goes, and I don't know.
Is that a gavel?
No. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna gavel it just because we haven't, and because I'm calling J-Mo out on his hypocrisy for making fun of grandiose theatrics, and then
I guess it's true. This could be in the outlaw country musical.
I'd go to that. That'd be
Outlaw
fun.
Country, the musical.
Yes.
You might actually get shot.
Dusty, would you go see this at a finale of a play live? Yeah. How do you feel about it overall, though?
I enjoyed it. I like this is like a country power ballad, you know.
Yeah.
Change of pace is perfect ending to this. Interesting backstory, and I mean, it can all make sense. I was gonna say what Nick said it when I first saw the title. I'm like, oh, this could be like the redneck shit. Again, they're just gonna be singing about all sorts of outlaw stuff, but no, I was pleasantly surprised by it. Really got beautiful ride vibes by Dewey Cox.
Ooh.
You know, that ending crescendo of a career or whatever. But I don't hate his voice. So I don't know about you guys, but I think the uniqueness is nice. It's a nice change up from some other country singers, but so many country singers just sound the same. They all have that, which I'm sure a lot of them sing with a fake Southern accent to get that, but I don't know. I like that. It's kind of like indie music. I like people that sing different. People probably fucking hate Bright Eyes, but I enjoy Conor Oberst's voice is different. So, but yeah, it works for this guy. So,
That's
I'll
fair.
give it an 8.
Like
An 8. Fuck yeah.
A solid 8. All right. Well, fuck. We've reached the culmination of all this Outlaw shit, and now we have to pick our tops and bottoms. Did anybody have them set aside already? I must ask.
I can go.
Dusty, what do you got?
This is a tie between the last two, but I'll go with the Hippies and the Cowboys. It's a tasty tune.
Oh.
The worst, I think, is that me and Bobby McGee. I don't get it. Boring. I don't understand why you would cover the same song 3 times in 1 year. That's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
It's
his song though, so it's not really a cover. It's
I
his
respect
song.
him for that, but yeah, that's insane that there's 3 different renditions in the same year that all charted.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I get that. If I had to pick mine, Nick, you got yours?
Not quite yet. Give me another couple.
All right. Well, if I had to pick mine, I would probably say my top was Whiskey River by Willie Nelson, and because I was just that track had some tastiness to it, and the one I probably didn't like the most was probably the Tyler Childers song. I was just like, it was fine for what it was, but I was also just like, I don't know. I guess I just that one just like stood out because of it. I don't know. How do I say this? It was just too clean.
It's too new.
It was too new. I buy used. Okay.
Throw some dust on that bitch.
Yeah.
You want the grit.
I want it. All right. Who else has got theirs?
I could go.
You go.
Well, I mean, I'm tempted to put Outlaw shit on the bottom just because I gave it a gabble, but honestly, it's not the one I enjoyed the least. I'm going to give that. I'm going to pile on here with Dusty. Sorry, Chris Christopherson.
Oof.
What a repetitive name that is. But yeah, it's a boring, and I don't know. That harmonica just was kind of like someone driving bamboo shoots under my fingernails. I didn't like it.
That harpoon gotcha.
But honestly, like, this whole playlist is like not bad. It's like, this is music I just heard all the time growing up with, and doesn't offend me in the slightest. And for that reason as well, that is why the Hank Williams Sr. song Jambalaya is easily the top. Like, it reminds me of playing Fallout and cooking gumbo with my grandpa, and it's, I don't know, the older the better with country music. I think they just really had it figured out back then, and we've been witness to years and decades of regurgitation, and Fox and the Hound doing it better.
Well, shit.
I don't know.
All right, Flam Man.
Well, it does pain me to admit this, so I guess I just have to come to terms with the fact that these outlaws, just about every last one of them was some kind of piece of shit or another.
They were outlaws, dog.
So it's very awkward for me to say that Long-Haired Redneck was definitely my favorite song on this playlist.
Ooh, that was a close one for me.
Ooh. But David Allan Coe, come on, man, do better.
I mean, he has said now, he's like, I don't know, I was just trying to make some money. It was a different time. My drummer in my band is black now, so I'm not racist. I swear to God, there's an interview where he says that.
He's trying.
But at the bottom of the list, it's not because I just don't like it, but it's just because I don't know. It doesn't feel outlaw to me. But Cody Jinks is going to have to go at the bottom. I don't dislike the song. I just don't think it belongs on the list as much as the greats. So,
That's fair.
I mean, it's a fine song, but it was really hard picking a bottom.
Yeah. That was kind of the weird thing to me too. I was like, most of these, like I've been saying, like I didn't hate them. I didn't really I was just sort of like, wow, I am actually kind of enjoying a lot of this. So that was kind of a shocker for me throughout the list. But Jameson, what's your top track on this list?
Yeah, I think probably because I have known of Dave and Alan Coe forever, but I didn't really dig into his catalog until honestly this playlist. That long-haired redneck song is just fucking great. It really is. And that one's great. And really, Workin' Man Blues by Merle Haggard just does something for me. Both of those songs, any day would be my top. And then kind of the same, I love every fucking song on this list, but probably, like I said earlier, I'd probably say Hippies and Cowboys is my bottom. If I wasn't trying to show a modern song, there's definitely more classic songs I would have picked in that spot. But I still like the song a lot, like I said. So,
Hell yeah. Well, shit. I guess, I mean, we made it through the country playlist.
yeehaw, corn dogs.
Yeah. Giddy up. That was that was sort of I was just sort of surprised. I didn't mind it at all. Maybe it makes me want to dig into even more kind of songs between this era. I mean, there was a wide spread that you put together for us. It was a good playlist, man.
Yeah, we went from 52 to 2017.
Yeah.
It was a nice break after how painful last time was, man. It was nice. It was a nice reprieve.
Had to slide one in. Lucas is listening to this right now. So
he was doing.
He did.
I'm so glad that Jameson came and Podcast Daddy put a balm on the wound.
A balm on the wound.
Sounds awful. Why did I say it like that?
Sometimes we say the weirdness. All right, guys. Well, shit. That's episode 31. We'll be coming at you with 32. We'll figure it out, and then we'll tell you what it's going to be about. That's, how this thing goes. Who's got the last word?
Hang on. We got to do some plugs.
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck.
That's right. We almost forgot.
Hey, folks, by the time you hear this, you can go on to any major streaming service and listen to Lightning Wizard.
Lightning Wizard. Oh, wait, no. That's the wrong one. No, sorry.
What's
happening?
I was hitting the laughter button. I didn't meant to. I thought it was the sweet guitar riff that I had. But anyway, Lightning Wizard. Right. Sorry.
But yep. We messed up. And apparently, I think on one of the previous podcasts, we declared that our name was going to be Electromancer. And since then, a new artist popped up named Electromancer, literally within the last week and a half or so. And they put out an absolutely fucking kick-ass synthwave metal album. So check out Electromancer. Yeah. It's not us, but it's pretty fucking cool.
Damn.
So we just decided to name our band Lightning Wizard. There's the name recognition for you. It's the name of our first single as well. It is out now. Lightning Wizard with an exclamation point. Caleb, do you have anything of more value to say about this?
Well, we worked pretty hard on it, and in case anyone's confused, it's meant to be silly. I had to explain that to a few people. I don't know how they didn't figure it out. But yeah, if you want to laugh and hear some goofy power metal and hear us sing lyrics about electronic things that really don't make any fucking sense, go give it a shot.
Boom. Yeah, no, it's so good.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Oh, shucks.
I was just going to say, everyone remember to keep your cocks hard with Blue Chew.
Ooh, yeah.
Just saying.
There you go. Get that money rolling in. What else? I guess I might as well do the plugs for the podcast. If you're listening, make sure you follow us at Old Heart Radio on Instagram or YouTube or just listen to the podcast on Spotify or iTunes or fuck it, YouTube again. We'll say YouTube 3 times there. What else? If you're just following online, you might as well listen. So dip yourself into some of that old heart corn batter and just fry yourself up like a good corn dog. And yeah, we will have obviously lots of episodes accompanying this one this week, so make sure you listen to them as well. But yeah, I can't do any more plugs. My plugs are the worst. They're just like my openings. I never know what I'm going to say, and it just sort of falls out of my mouth.
Most ads have a script, so don't beat yourself up.
I appreciate that. Oh, thanks. But okay, fucking corn dogs, you know it. We know it. Who's going to say it?
Keep your stick on the ice.
Boom.
There it is.